This message is for the ones who started with nothing, for those who grew up without the safety net others took for granted. I'm talking to the ones who were written off, who were misunderstood, who were told they wouldn't make it. This is for you, the ones who've had to claw and fight for every inch, who've had to battle through the pain, the doubt, and the fear to get where you are today. You have dreams. Maybe it's to own your own home, to build a better relationship, to win a competition, or to pull your family out of poverty. Whatever it is, that dream is the fuel that keeps you going when everyone else says you can't. As an underdog, you've been told you're not enough, that you're too small, too slow, too inexperienced. But the beauty of being an underdog is that you have nothing to lose. You're climbing that hill, and the only thing pushing you forward is your dream. You've been overlooked, undervalued, and maybe even betrayed. People stop believing in you. But here's the thing about underdogs. When they're pushed to the edge, when they've had enough, they become dangerous. A desperate underdog is someone who disrupts the status quo, who doesn't play by the rules, who is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their dream. When you're hungry, you become a force to be reckoned with. And when you finally get that taste of what could be, nothing can stop you. If you've ever felt like an underdog, you're in good company. Some of the most successful people in the world started from nothing, overlooked, underestimated, counted out. They were told they couldn't do it, that they weren't good enough. But they proved everyone wrong. Let's take a look at a few real-life underdogs who rose from the ashes and became icons of success. Consider Sylvester Stallone. He was a struggling actor with a speech impediment and faced countless rejections in Hollywood. But he had a dream. He wrote the screenplay for Rocky, a story about an underdog boxer who gets a shot at the championship. When Stallone pitched his script, he insisted on playing the lead role, despite studios wanting a more established actor. His determination paid off. Rocky became a hit, earning multiple Academy Award nominations and launched Stallone's successful acting career. His story resonates with underdogs everywhere, showing that with enough grit and determination, you can overcome any obstacle. Another notable example of an underdog who faced immense obstacles and rose to success is Jim Carrey. Before becoming a household name for his iconic roles in comedy, Carrey's early life was anything but glamorous. He grew up in a family that struggled financially, and as a teenager, he had to drop out of school to help support his family. At one point, his family lived out of a van, highlighting the severe hardships they faced. Despite these challenges, Carrey had a dream of becoming a comedian and actor. He performed stand-up comedy in small clubs and faced rejection and criticism along the way. His journey to success wasn't straightforward, and he often had to work odd jobs to make ends meet while pursuing his career in entertainment. But Carrey's persistence and resilience never wavered. To stay motivated, he wrote himself a check for $10 million and dated it for 10 years in the future. This symbolic gesture represented his belief in his talent and his determination to achieve success against all odds. Carrey's breakthrough came with his roles in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. These films catapulted him to fame, and he became one of Hollywood's most recognizable and successful comedic actors. Being an underdog isn't a disadvantage. It's a source of strength. When you're counted out, when you're told you can't do something, it ignites a fire within you. It drives you to prove everyone wrong, to achieve what others thought was impossible. The underdog mentality is about turning setbacks into fuel, about using adversity as a stepping stone to greatness. You've been underestimated, counted out, ignored. But that only makes you stronger. You've had to fight for everything you have. When the world says you can't, it's like music to your ears. It awakens something inside you, something primal, something that refuses to be kept down. The underdog mentality takes the pain, the doubt, and the fear and turns it into fuel. If you came from nothing, that's everything you need to become something. Think about it. Everyone wants a piece of the pie, but the pie doesn't get bigger. It's the underdogs, the hungry ones, who are willing to push through anything to get their share. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They go out and seize them. The pie doesn't pursue you. You got to go after it with everything you got. You might have to push people out of your way, climb over obstacles, and fight for every inch. But that's what makes an underdog so powerful. So if you're listening to this and you're feeling defeated, if you're facing a challenge that seems insurmountable, you've got to find that hunger within you. You've got to smell blood. Once you get that scent, once you see what you're capable of, there's no turning back. In the face of adversity, in the face of everyone who said you couldn't, you become armed and dangerous. You become unstoppable. The underdog doesn't let setbacks define them. They don't let other people's opinions shape their reality. When the world says you can't, the underdog says, watch me. It's a mindset, a mentality that says, all I have is all I need. You don't need validation from others. You don't need approval. You just need that dream, that fire, that hunger to keep pushing forward. If you're going to come back from a setback, you got to make up your mind that you're no longer going to live in the pain of the past. Pain is inevitable, but it doesn't have to define you. The underdog is the one who scrambles, who barks, who runs after whatever they want. When a dog is hungry, nothing stands in its way. It comes for blood, and that's what you need. The hunger, the drive, the willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve your dream. 9 times out of 10, the underdog comes out on top because they're hungrier. The wolf climbing the hill is always hungrier than the one sitting at the top. The underdog has something to prove, and that's what makes them so dangerous. So if you've been overlooked, if you've been told you're not enough, if you've been counted out, remember this. The underdog always has the advantage because they've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So what are you waiting for? It's time to embrace the underdog mentality. It's time to climb that hill to prove everyone wrong and to show the world what you're made of. Because at the end of the day, all you have is all you need. Now go out there and get what's yours.